Faction Champions, the origin of the unseen warriors. In the heart of the Argent Colosseum, an enigmatic group of warriors known as the Faction Champions would rise to prominence, forever changing the course of history. The enigmatic arrival. It all began during the trial of the Crusader, a grand tournament organized by the Argent Crusade to determine the strongest champions of Azeroth. But as the challengers gathered for the ultimate test of valor, a mysterious rift appeared in the sky, and through it emerged the Faction Champions. Warriors from beyond the Faction Champions were not native to Azeroth. They hailed from a distant realm, untouched by the conflicts of the Horde and the Alliance. Their arrival was orchestrated by powerful beings, seeking to test the strength and resolve of Azeroth's greatest heroes. Puppeteers behind the scenes. The Faction Champions were not acting on their own accord. Instead, they were under the influence of manipulative puppeteers who sought to sow discord and chaos among the factions of Azeroth. These malevolent forces used the champions as pawns, pulling their strings to incite conflict. The true test begins. As the Faction Champions stepped into the Colosseum, they found themselves in an unfamiliar world, surrounded by foes from the Alliance and the Horde. Bewildered yet resolute, they knew they had no choice but to fight for their survival. Unaware of their manipulated fate, they clashed with the heroes of Azeroth, uniting against a common threat. As the battle raged on, something unexpected began to happen. Despite the animosity between the Alliance and the Horde, the heroes recognized the unnatural aura surrounding the Faction Champions. Realizing that they were mere puppets, the heroes set aside their differences and joined forces against the malevolent puppeteers, breaking the chains. Through unity and understanding, the heroes managed to break the hold the puppeteers had over the Faction Champions. The enigmatic warriors regained their free will, and their eyes were open to the deception that had ensnared them. Redemption and reconciliation. Faced with the consequences of their actions, the Faction Champions chose redemption over continuing down the path of manipulation. They extended an olive branch to the heroes of Azeroth, seeking reconciliation and pledging their assistance in putting an end to the puppeteers' sinister plot. A new brotherhood. In the end, the Faction Champions decided to stay in Azeroth, no longer as rivals but as allies. Their unique skills and battle prowess proved to be invaluable assets in the fight against evil. Together with the heroes of Azeroth, they forged a new brotherhood, united by the understanding that sometimes even the most unlikely alliances could bring about the greatest victories. And so the Faction Champions found their place in Azeroth's history, standing shoulder to shoulder with the champions of the Horde and the Alliance. Their journey would be long and challenging, but the bonds they forged that day would prove to be unbreakable, forever marking them as the unseen warriors, protectors of Azeroth and champions of unity.